Good morning. I wrote a story this morning and I wish to share it. I'm gonna just read it off of my old iPhone, but it would really please me to share. I feel intuitively that this is something that is gonna be shared. This is gonna be a video that makes its rounds. It won't be ignored, especially in the coming months, the energy building up to late July with Mars Saturn opposition. And I have the Mars Saturn opposition in my birth chart. In astrology, I have the tired houses 3, 6, 9, and 12. I have a grand square, a grand cross it's called. And I've lived with my grand cross for 29, almost 30 years. And I think I need to put my glasses back on. My eyes are kind of hurting. That's better. I've lived with my grand cross, crucified on it at times, knowing there's nowhere else I would rather be than on this cross, because this is where I am. I can't be anywhere else off of it on my journey. We've been here before, and you'll be here again. So anything that feels tense, anything that feels like a pressure cooker, the silent treatment in a relationship where people aren't exactly fulfilled, or maybe the euphoria is worn away, and there's that next, like, what are we doing now? Where are we going from here? Please, and then it turns into tension, and then opposition, restraint, followed by reaching out for connection. Just be with the uncomfortability of not knowing, and also knowing that it will work itself out. It will, or else you'll be dead and you won't even notice that it didn't work itself out in this flesh. You understand? So I'm going to go ahead and read. Learn to love being with the open air of desire and unfulfilled desire, for space, the need for space, and also while being very cramped. Learn to love the in-between period, because the in-between periods, for most, the dam bursts, the silence breaks, the pin drops on the floor, and it goes ting, ting, ting. And from there, it creates a vibrational ripple effect that can be felt. And so it's that one moment, right, when you're going over the roller coaster, and just for a second, it's just that tiniest little dip before you've gone all the way up and before you've started to descend. It's just that open air space, because it will go down. Inertia, the inertia of life takes us, right? And so if you've reached that point in your life with anybody, family, with school, with a job, with a career, with your life direction, with a man, with a woman, just learn to stay with the discomfort of the in-between. I live in the in-between. I've lived in the in-between my whole life, and I do have bursts of inertia in my life, of development, but my role, my fate, is to be in the in-between and learn to usher people whose souls hate the in-between, who can't recognize what it is. I stand there in the doorway to say, this is the in-between. And the way you handle the in-between is gonna you're still gonna go down that roller coaster. It's still gonna take you. You're still moving through time. You are energy moving through time. Okay, 5 minutes in, let me go ahead and read what I wrote. I said, I kept feeling a lack of support from my girlfriends I had from when I was married a few years ago. I'm trying to beat Siri's enthusiasm here instead of recording Siri. I couldn't understand why they wouldn't support my videos or pretty much any of my passions. And then compassion came through me finally. A block removed. It is hard to have a girlfriend who is only one way to a group and then divorce happens. Divorce happened to me. I had a mental breakdown, an emotional shift, close to death, and identity lost. Gina today is not who Gina was then. Gina from then used to dance and play, used to play cards with the girls, watched the kids, and baked an array of sweets and goodies on request to see my girlfriends delighted. But that girl was not Gina. Gina is not what she does. You are not what you do. You are not your thoughts or your feelings. You are a spirit soul having a human experience. Your soul chose to be alive right now. At this very moment in history, think of all the odds. I say that all the time, don't I? Our inevitable death is not what we all share in common here, but rather it was our desire to live that put us here today. You know, before coming here, I'm going to keep reading. Awareness of the soul inhabiting your flesh vessel. Just pausing to be with that total awareness. You've been here before. You will be here again. In terms of eternity, what is the rush? Why the urgency? What do I need to prove and to whom? Pausing to be grateful for what already is. Pausing to reflect that the outcomes are much more grand than I probably deserve, even when they don't feel like enough. The things that make us tired and repetitive cycles of sabotage in our behaviors and beliefs are experiences our soul has done so many times, whether you aren't consciously aware of it, your soul is needing to expand into a bigger pot so your branches and leaves can stretch out into the expanse that awaits you. But it's not the cramped and draining nature of outgrowing your little pot. And it's not the next pot you find yourself in. What's important, I think, is how we experience that in-between period. How uncomfortable are we with the awareness of our foreverness? And when we become aware of the need for more, how do we conduct ourselves when the bigger pot is not right there and ready for us, ready to support our further expansion? Those tense in-between moments in our life, deaths and regenerations, that empty air where no one will speak, the surmountable tension building, like the Earth's tectonic plates pressing against one another, creates mountains with which to see life from a higher view. We need that in between, dead air space where you're not pleased and they are not pleased. It's the relationship you create with the in-between periods that can build up your life over time. You aren't climbing mountains in life. You literally are the mountain. Be with where you are in your formation today because you are more ancient than you can really conceive of. Don't be so in a rush to break the tense silence of a mutual silent treatment because that silence will snap. The dam will burst. Stay quiet, lay low. Allow yourself to experience the uncomfortable silence of being able to hear a pin drop. Allow for the in-between, because you've done this before. And that's my message. Have a good day. Bye.